You are now listening to the Ron Paul Radio Network. Radio for the revolution.
What's going on, y'all? I want to thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Occupy the Media. I'm your host, Paco. Just in here occupying the media with you. Let's see what's going on TV here. Mitt Romney getting heat for a gay spokesman. You see what I'm talking about, man? It's stuff like this that takes up the airwaves. That's not important. Who cares about this dude, man? Just because somebody is gay, man, it don't matter. Who cares? How does that affect the country or the people that's voting for him? And it doesn't, man. This is like I said, the Republicans want Obama to win. I don't care what nobody tells me. It's the truth. It is what it is. Mitt Romney is that bad of a candidate that if you support him and you're pushing him like the GOP is, then it must mean that you know he's going to lose and you don't mind or you don't care. Or even worse, you want him to lose. So I would tell every Republican that is going to vote for Mitt Romney, you must like Obama then. You vote for Mitt Romney? Oh, you must like Obama. You vote for Mitt Romney or you doing Obama a favor? Obama supporters, Romney/Obama supporters, that's what they are. All right, let's jump into this next headline here. Let's see. The Pentagon to create a new spy service, as if they don't have enough. The U.S. government is getting a new spy service. The Defense Clandestine Service is being created through a Pentagon reorganization using existing personnel and funds with the aim of increasing the department's role in the collection of sensitive intelligence about global threats to the U.S. Those areas of spycraft have long been associated with the clandestine service at the CIA. But a senior defense official said the work of the new service would complement rather than compete with the CIA. A classified 2011 study by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence found that the Defense Department needed to broaden intelligence collection efforts. Details about the focus, role, and size of the new service created last week by Defense Secretary Leon Panetta are sketchy. The senior defense official said it would be composed of several hundred case officers and would be funded with the Pentagon's existing budget. The service will require no new manpower and no new legal authorities. This is principally a realignment within the Defense Intelligence Agency, the senior defense official said. This is basically trying to make more effective or efficient what we're already doing. No, you're right. You're trying to do more of it, and you're trying to make it more effective. But not really sure what you're getting done there. I mean, what is you're accomplishing? All these so-called threats to the U.S., you know, people all over the world are upset at the U.S. And what's the reason? What's Ron Paul say? Blowback. You can't blow people's heads off and kill their families and steal their resources and blow up their land and got chemicals there from the bombs, all of this, and expect people to love you, expect people to want to wave the American flag or something. No, they're going to more than likely burn the American flag. I mean, go to Pakistan. The people out there protesting Obama. They don't like Obama. So, I mean, this is why people want to come and kill us. You know, what would you do if your family got killed or your family was bombed or your house was destroyed? You had nothing but yourself. All family gone, friends, all things like that. Countries ruined, no type of order in the streets. What do they expect, man? And so we need to stop, man, with all this because they keep saying that they're doing it for threats towards the U.S. and really they're just listening to us. They're just listening to all the people on the emails and the Facebooks and Twitter. They just want to collect more and more info because there's more and more of us. That's why they need more people to listen because there's more and more people waking up. So there's more people to listen to. They don't care about the people who's watching TV and watching MTV, VH1, and these entertainment shows and Twittering about that all day and Facebooking about that. They don't care about those people. They're a threat to them. They're the sheep. They stay in line. We don't got to worry about them. But those that are waking up, a lot of us are here. A lot of us are waking up, and that's what they're trying to slow down. Let's see, another article that's going to make you upset. Weeping 4-year-old girl accused of carrying a gun. 4-year-old accused of carrying a gun by TSA officers after she hugged her grandmother while passing through security. Of all the many complaints about airport security in the TSA, one of the most common is that they make little distinction between plausible security threats and passengers unlikely to be doing anything wrong. A recent incident in Wichita, Kansas has reinforced that argument as a 4-year-old girl was apparently subjected to a humiliating ordeal after she hugged her grandmother while she was waiting in line. The girl was accused of having a gun and declared a high security threat, while agents threatened to shut down the whole airport if she could not be calmed down. When asked about the overbearing treatment the girl received, a TSA spokesman did not apologize and insisted that correct procedures had been followed. The family was in Kansas for a wedding and was traveling home to Montana with Miss Bradmeyer's mother. Miss Bradmeyer and her 2 children had passed through security when the grandmother was detained after triggering an alarm on the scanners. Isabel then, according to her mother, excitedly ran over to give her a hug, as children often do. They made very brief contact, no longer than a few seconds. The young girl was immediately detained by security agents who apparently shouted at her that she would have to be frisked too, and refused to let her mother explain what was happening. Ms. Bradmeyer wrote, "It was implied several times that my mother, in their brief 2-second embrace, had passed a handgun to my daughter, 4 years old. In her terror, Isabel tried to run away rather than face a full-body pat-down, which unsurprisingly enraged the TSA officers further. One officer even told the girl's mother that the airport would have to be shut down and every flight canceled if the 4-year-old did not cooperate. They also apparently described the little girl as a high security threat." This is, I'm about to throw this microphone down. As Isabel was taken into a side room for a pat-down accompanied by her mother, she could not stop crying and refused to let the agents touch her. I wonder why. She's 4 years old. An officer repeatedly said she had seen a gun and a teddy bear in the past in an apparent attempt to justify the situation. Ms. Bradmeyer continued, "The TSA loomed over my daughter with an angry grimace on her face. Our TSA loomed over my daughter with an angry grimace on her face and ordered her to stop crying. When my scared child could not do so, the 2 TSA agents called for backup, saying the suspect is not cooperating. The suspect, of course, being a frightened child. They treated my daughter no better than if she had been a terrorist." Isabella continued to cry, and officers said the family would have to leave the airport as the TSA was unable to frisk the 4-year-old. When a manager was called, he decided that the distraught Isabel could be checked alongside her mother and let the family pass through security at last. But their nightmare was not over yet, as on a connecting flight in Denver, an airport employee demanded to know which of the family was Isabel and looked really confused when the girl was pointed out to her. Ms. Bradmeyer concluded her Facebook post by drawing attention to TSA rules against separating children from their parents and added, "I feel compelled to share their story in the hope that no other child will have to share in this experience." Let's see here. When the consumerists approached the TSA for comment on the bizarre incident, a spokesman said, "TSA has reviewed the incident and determined that our officers followed proper current screening procedures in conducting a modified pat-down on the child. Last month, the agency came in for criticism when a video of a 3-year-old boy in a wheelchair having a full pat-down and being swabbed for explosives circulated on the internet." And that's what's really wrong, is that these people aren't getting caught in apologizing and saying, "Oh, yeah, we were wrong." They're getting caught and saying, "Oh, yeah, that's part of the procedure." And what? And what you going to do about it? Nothing. I'm going to fill up all on you. I'm going to fill up all on your kids. I'm going to steal your iPad. I'm going to joke about what you got in your bag. I might steal something else. And I'm going to make you miss your flight. And you're going to come back right through it again. This is crazy, man. I'm Paco, your host. You're listening to Occupied Media. We'll be back.
One is a serial hypocrite who lobbied for Freddie Mac before the housing crisis and for the individual mandate before Obamacare. Another, a counterfeit conservative who opposes right to work, massively increased spending, and funded Planned Parenthood. Finally, a flip-flopper who's been on all sides, supported TARP bailouts, and provided the blueprint for Obamacare. 3 men, 1 vision, more big government, more mandates, less freedom. One man stands apart, ready to deliver real change, voting against every tax increase and every unbalanced budget every time. A real plan to cut $1 trillion year 1 and to balance the budget in 3. Pro-life, pro-right to work, guided by faith and principle. Ron Paul, the one who will restore America now.
I'm Ron Paul, and I approve this message.
One